I also just want to say a word about comments made by the Taoiseach in relation to myself, which I just think are absolutely shameful comments, where he tried to suggest that somehow because I was being very strongly critical of the Israeli massacre in Gaza and described the behaviour of the Israeli state as being psychopathic, that somehow I was spreading bile or hatred, is a really shameful comment by the Taoiseach, when the people who we should be questioning are Western governments, including our own, that have failed to take any action whatsoever against an absolutely barbaric, savage, genocidal massacre that is being perpetrated by Israel in front of the eyes of the world of the population of Gaza. War crimes, crimes against humanity being committed right in front of our eyes, and the Taoiseach wants to criticise me for criticising what Israel is doing. I think it's absolutely shameful, but I suppose it's not surprising from a government that have refused point blank to take any action against Israel, and in the case of the Taoiseach, shamefully went on a propaganda tour meeting people like Netanyahu and other Israeli political leaders who were responsible for genocide in Gaza and for defending the illegal occupation, the siege of Gaza, and an apartheid regime that is fundamentally built on racism and the dehumanisation of Palestinians.
Richard, you also use the term filthy in relation to Israel, and some people have described that remark as anti-Semitic. Do you think in the current environment perhaps you should withdraw that remark, and in fact it has undermined some of what people might regard as legitimate criticisms of Israel?
I abhor every form of racism and anti-Semitism. And it is precisely because I oppose all forms of racism and have a long record of opposing racism and anti-Semitism that I think the regime of apartheid that Israel is defending is an absolutely disgusting, murderous, racist system. That should, in the same way as apartheid South Africa was dismantled, I believe this apartheid regime in Israel that is capable of the sort of crimes we are seeing perpetrated against the people of Gaza needs to be dismantled, and I make no apologies for it. Racism is a filthy ideology, and the apartheid system in Israel, just like the apartheid regime in South Africa, is a filthy racist regime.